Hi, I am Eugene and I want to talk about how I didn't become sound designer for games. This is kind of status video about what I did to get there and why I have possibly failed. I think it might be useful for those who want to learn from my mistakes. So a few years ago I decided that radio and TV isn't really enough for me as sound professional, and I dive into game dev sound. I took courses on Unity, Wise, Fmod on Pluralsight, made demo project, sent it to professor and got her approval. I took Zenbook game dev courses to become familiar with C# and mono behavior for Unity, C++ course for Unreal from Game Dev TV. Started to watch Unreal Online courses on Blueprints and audio. I chose Chuck Music Programming Language course on Kadence, I'm not sure, which is Stanford University language for sound manipulation, and finished it too. All links you can find below. I decided to take part in jams at itch.io to check my skills on making games and building sound system. I made few games prototypes with all knowledge I had on Unreal, Unity, Wise and Chuck. I've made custom music rhythm game system with Unreal Engine, which can play interactive music and receive rhythm input from player. Even showed it in DevGam public pitch. I've made Chuck Unity project which plays MIDI notes depend on harmony of music. My last test was to build interactive music player which can play endless music for any video and change tracks and mood with transitions on fly with Unity and Wise. I've made some videos to help people to make audio for Unreal about references and implementing sounds and blueprints and complex blueprints, which is different from most studying templates. I do have a lot of linear sound design and music demos, so you can tell I don't have anything to show in this matter, something that can catch an eye. I've been working for TV and radio for many years now, even took part in international awarded projects. So I'm telling you this not because I want to tell you how great I am, but to show what I did to become part of game dev community. So did I get what I wanted? Unfortunately, no.
Yes, I've been applying since I made a first Wise implementation reel in November 2018. I applied to all LinkedIn vacancies that I thought might suit my level or even higher. I've got one test job this spring for junior sound designer in Krakow, and that's all. And unfortunately they didn't give me permission to show it. Yes, I did. 2 DevGams, one with my own sound game project. When I visited DevGam in Minsk in 2018, I met people like Ari Pulkkinen, and I've got many contacts, which unfortunately led me nowhere. I even got few job proposals, but people disappeared after exchanging few letters. I participated in Nordic Games Talents with no effect at all. Yes, I even finished Unreal Demo Reel course in the School of Video Game Audio. There are many great sound designers who are looking to join game jams on itch.io, and I can understand competition which comes with money, and I do not when we just desperate to get someone's approval or offering help. So it stops me from searching for a team I can join. I made music for the Duck Deception fun game, but it's still in development. Second, none of my games on itch.io were finished. Third, I don't have demo reel showing my sound design skill. Most of my videos are covering implementation. I don't have formal math and sound physics education. So sometimes I get stuck in making sound design because it actually requires understanding of sound propagation, reflections, phasing, etc. in math details. Game audio replicates reality in some ways, or better to say, makes the player think that it replicates reality. That is why it needs to remake natural sound physics models. All these concerns, except sound design, are only my ideas. Why I didn't get a job yet. Probably I'm imagining things. But still, the expectation of easily getting a job just because my previous experience of being sound professional was crushed completely. I'd like to point out some differences between linear and game sound design for someone who is starting the same journey. This is not something you cannot do, but in my point of view, this is requirements of industry to have understanding of these topics. So, before doing any demo reel, give yourself time to build a library of your own sounds and record your process of making them. Make templates of their implementation for Wwise, Fmod, Unity and Unreal. Because you're gonna need it every time you make another project. You need at least car engine, footsteps, different surfaces, Foley, guns and interface sounds. There are much more you need, but this is essential. Second thing I want to talk about is real-time sound generation. This is a big topic of games and other interactive media. So if you are coming from music production or other linear media, then this is really interesting challenge for you. Getting to know any sound programming language like Csound, Pure Data, Max DSP, Chuck will give you a good basic understanding of its possibilities. Third thing is think of a listener position. It affects a lot of other implementation and sound design tasks. There is an interesting talk about challenges of it takes two sound designers. It can give you understanding why this is important. Don't believe people who say that visual programming is very different and simpler than usual one. Concepts of programming are still the same. There are a lot of free game template projects for Unity and Unreal. After you get essentials of implementation, take a look at them. There are a lot of tricks used in these projects to get sound works and optimize its performance. So I hope you learned something from my experience. Thank you for listening.